Hello and welcome to another episode of Outsmart Charles. I'm Charles Bennett, and I'm
gradually losing my grip on reality.
Let's meet today's contestants for this Tournament of Champions episode. A performer from Long Beach, Willow.
Hello.
A theater teacher from the Inland Empire, Danny. And a guy so confident of his abilities, he's doing his taxes while appearing on this show. You know him, you hate him, Chris Berglund.
Help me.
As always, the first round of this show is categories of my own devising, where contestants must provide the correct answers. The contestant with the most points after 9 categories, the final 3 of which are doubled, will advance to face me in the final and lose spectacularly. Let's look at the categories. Popular music, A Root Canal Across Central America, Carousel of Progress, I Didn't Die on the Oregon Trail, I'll Never Forget the Day I Read a Book, They Ran Against the President, Boys of Summer, Coffee Table Books, and Dead White, Gals. Dead White Gals? Gals?
It's Women's Month.
I mean, it is now. Air date, it won't be.
In that case, it was Women's Month.
And it was a good one.
And looks like, Danny, did you have the high roll in the icosahedron?
Okay. Popular music. Why not?
Her hits include You Belong With Me, Mean, and Blank Space.
T-Swift, a.k.a. Taylor Swift.
Yes, and one of the other ones, of course, is Willow. Ironically, Danny got that question correct. This artist's top 5 hits include Dancing in the Dark, Glory Days, and Brilliant Disguise.
The Boss, Bruce Springsteen.
That's correct. Remember, nobody wins unless everybody wins. Interestingly, Bruce Springsteen had a bunch of top 5 hits, never a number 1. A Summer Place by this film composer is one of the few instrumental tunes to become a number 1 hit.
Oh. A Summer Place, number 1 hit. I'm gonna guess that it's prior, like earlier film, because film scores aren't going to be number 1 hits in recent history. But my film composer knowledge stops, probably in the 70s or 60s. I don't know. I'll throw something out there. Let's John Williams. I know it's not right, but
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Willow for the steal.
Oh, I'm going to start off by saying that I didn't even remember the time change last night, so the odds are not good on this. I'm going to go with Gershwin.
Who knows where the time goes?
I didn't even think about Gershwin. Like early
that other guy,
30s guys.
Ted Cruz. You want to steal this one?
Can I guess a first name? I think it's Arthur something. I can't remember his last name. I'm going nuts.
You should know this. You won the first episode, Ted.
Can I just sing the song for points?
It's an instrumental.
You'll get negative 1 point for singing the song. Sing it.
Pass.
Bum 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 bum. Ba 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 bum ba ba ba.
Hey, I was gonna sing.
Leonard Bernstein.
And the composer was Max Steiner.
Oh, yeah, no idea.
Okay, we're back to Willow. Where do you want to go?
I'm going to go with Carousel of Progress.
Okay, each of these questions.
Disneyland trivia. Fun.
Carousel was the name of a musical by this duo that also brought us Oklahoma.
Candor and Ebb?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Ted Kaczynski.
The Gershwins.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Yes.
Again,
Roger and Hammerstein, the second.
Rogers and Hammerstein. Richard Rogers Oscar Hammerstein II.
Yeah.
The Carousel of Progress, displaying the progress of modern technology, is an attraction in this Disney World land.
Oh no, Florida question. Do they have a Tomorrowland down there? Tomorrowland!
Yes, it's tomorrow. And when Disneyland had the Carousel of Progress, it was also Tomorrowland at Disneyland. Many carousels feature this item that riders could grab for a prize, giving rise to an idiom.
Is it a bag?
It is not.
What's the world record for lowest score on this game?
1.
Is that really it? Okay, I'm just gonna go for a world record. I'm gonna say it was a I'll say plunger.
Ooh.
Danny, do you want to?
I believe it's a
answer?
ring. There's like this little ring, and you can reach out and grab it. Right, like that's like a hanging ring, like the size of a coin.
Ring. Brass ring.
Oh, brass ring. Is that an idiom?
Yeah, plunger.
Ted, where do you want to go next? Besides In-N-Out Burger.
Coffee table books, because I don't know that.
Ted, you're not taking this game seriously.
No, I want to be memorable.
Good. First question. Excellent.
The plot of one episode of Seinfeld centered around Kramer trying to write a coffee table book about these.
The Soup Nazi.
No,
I'm just here mocking up everyone's.
No points for you.
It's a coffee book table about coffee book or coffee table books.
It's a coffee. Did he get it right, John?
It's a coffee table book that turns into a coffee table. It's very meta. It's a very meta answer.
What's
okay,
the
you
book
said
about?
Coffee table.
It's a coffee table book about coffee table books, right? Or coffee tables.
Mm.
I need one answer, sir.
Okay. I know it turns into a coffee table. It's got like folding things. I think it's a coffee table book about coffee table books.
Are we giving him that, John?
Nope.
Okay, Willow, you want to take a stab at this?
Is it a coffee table book about coffee tables?
Danny narrowed it down for you. That's what it is.
Process of elimination.
If you want to go old school for your coffee table, opt for this Audubon ornithological classic.
Cool.
Big Bird Says the Alphabet.
That was not written by John James Audubon. Danny for Steele.
Okay.
I'm going to pass. I wouldn't even know how to answer that.
Willow.
I'm not afraid of negative points. Songbirds of North America.
Few too many words there. The answer was Birds of America. It's possible you might have a book of Julius Schumann Los Angeles photography featuring pictures of this Hollywood abode.
Eiffel Tower.
I'm sorry, Ted. That's incorrect. Danny for the steal.
A Frank Gehry home.
No.
Okay.
The Playboy Bunny Mansion?
I don't believe so. Have you ever seen that picture where it's like the side of the house looking out over Los Angeles?
Oh, the Manson house.
No, I don't believe Marilyn Manson lived there. No, the correct answer is...
wrong Mansons.
We would have accepted the Case Study House. Case Study House number 22, also known as the Stall House. And unfortunately, Danny, it was not constructed by Frank Gehry. It was constructed by Pierre Koenig. Danny, your action.
I'm going to go Boys of Summer, of course.
I was wondering when you'd get around to that one. I hope you like having this category all by yourself, because this category is all about baseball.
Knocked her out of the park.
Do, 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 do. This American League club has won 27 World Series championships.
The New York Yankees. 27 rings, they all say.
This retired and juiced San Francisco Giant holds the career record for home runs.
Barry Bonds, who Giants fans booed when I saw Barry Bonds play in the game at then Pac Bell Park in San Francisco, and they booed him. They're all upset about him not getting in the Hall of Fame. They weren't very keen on him when he was playing, so I don't know.
This team that once played in Boston and Milwaukee is baseball's oldest franchise.
Interesting. I didn't know that. The Braves.
The Atlanta Braves.
I didn't know they were the oldest baseball's oldest franchise, though.
Well, they've gone through a bunch of names. At one time, they were called the Boston Bean Eaters.
Just like the Brooklyn Bridegrooms.
And let's see. It's on Willow.
Ah, it's me. Let's go with I'll Never Forget the Day I Read a Book.
I'll never forget the day I read a book.
Is that Al Pacino?
No, it's Jimmy Durante.
Okay.
You need some more ha-cha-cha-cha.
The romance between Elizabeth Bennet and Fitzwilliam Darcy is central to the plot of this Jane Austen novel.
Pride and Prejudice. No zombies.
I was going to say zombie.
I was going to say that too.
A Brief History of Time was written by this physicist.
Is that Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Kaczynski, you want to steal this one?
I know the answer, but you know what I'm trying to do. Dr. Pepper.
Oh, no.
Point of order, it's Dirt Pepper. There's no period in that soda.
I should know. The name. Oh, I got it. Sorry. The name escaped me for a second. Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking is correct.
I was like, why can't I think of his name? What's his name?
I love Daft Punk.
Now for something that I think I have under glass back here. The historian Edward Gibbon is known primarily for writing this tome.
I'm gonna throw out a guess here. Gibbon's Guide to Guilty Gutbusters.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Ted Cruz, you want to ring in on this one?
Pig Latin.
Ooh.
Nope.
Tales of Canterbury?
No, that was Chaucer. No. Hey, Mom, Dad! They don't know who wrote Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire!
Oh, no.
I didn't know what tome meant. No, I thought I meant like in what tome?
A
Like,
tome is where you put a body after it's dead.
That's
Yeah.
a tomb. A tome is a big-ass book.
I use a tome to brush my hair.
No, that's a grimoire.
A grimoire is a type of tome that's about alchemy.
If I didn't die on the Oregon Trail.
You have died of dysentery. This man purportedly shot himself in 1809, only 4 years after being one of the dynamic duo who led the Corps of Discovery to the Pacific.
Well, I know who they are, but I forget which one it was. I'll say Meriwether Lewis and just get that one wrong.
I have bad news for you.
Damn it.
Ted.
I thought it was Clark.
It was Lewis. It was
Damn
Lewis. It was Lewis.
Because I forgot Clark's first name. Nah, this sucks. I hate this show.
Clark lived, I believe, until the 1830s. This Tennessee frontiersman didn't die on the Oregon Trail because he perished at the Alamo.
Yeah, whatever. Davy Crockett.
This former Pony Express rider and cavalry scout lived long enough to see the Oregon Trail replaced by a railroad and found a famous touring Wild West show.
The Wild Buffalo Bill Hickok? Or Cody or something?
Okay,
The Buffalo
Buffalo
Bill
Bill Cody.
Whatever.
Whatever.
The serial killer from Silence of the Lambs.
Let's take a look at the scores. Danny in the lead with 71. Ted actually started trying, and he has 23 now.
I'm not going to try anymore.
Willow has 13. we'll be right back to give me money so that I can buy more tomes.
Think you can outsmart me? I don't think so. But if you want to try, go to bit.ly/OutsmartCharles and fill out our contestant submission form. We're always looking for new challengers.
Welcome back to Outsmart Charles. We've come to the part of the game where points are doubled and play proceeds in the opposite direction. I believe the action is to Danny, with the remaining categories being a root canal across Central America, they ran against the president, and dead white gals.
I'll take they ran against the president.
In this category, this includes offices people who became president ran for before they were president. Alan Keyes, John McCain, Mitt Romney.
Oh, Barack Obama.
Obama is correct. John F. Kennedy, George McGovern, Helen Gahagan Douglas.
Richard Nixon.
That's correct. People want to know if the host of Outsmart Charles is a crook. Well, gentlemen, I am not. Adlai Stevenson, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson.
Oh man. Franklin. No, not Franklin Roosevelt. Sorry, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt.
That's correct. It is indeed Theodore Roosevelt. Speaking of Teddy, we're back to Ted Cruz.
Dead white gals.
She was the first American woman in space.
Sally Field. Yeah, Sally Ride. Sally Ride.
Sally Ride is correct. This settlement house founder and peace advocate was the first American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Madame Curie.
Nope. This is somebody who's, I guess, somewhat contemporaneous with Marie Curie, but it is not Marie Curie.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Willow for the steal.
I'm going to pass.
Danny.
The settlement house founder and peace advocate was the first American woman to win the... I have no idea. So how about Sacagawea? Mm-hmm.
How about Jane Addams?
Wouldn't have gotten that. Oh, as in John Adams' wife. Is that...
No.
Oh, no, that's Abigail.
Don't even spell it the same way.
No, it's a different lady. She has 2 Ds.
This woman's husbands included King Louis VII of France, and her children included King Richard I of England.
Sacagawea.
That's incorrect. Willow for the steal.
I don't know. Marie Antoinette.
No, Danny, you want to take a stab at this one?
There's got to be a queen. During French-English War, they came together, and that's how they compromised that they would marry each other. And Queen of Scots? I don't know.
No, Eleanor of Aquitaine.
Wow.
Was married to at various times the King of France and the King of England. And Willow, the last
Give me the
category,
Panama questions.
The last category is yours, and it is indeed about the Panama Canal, a root canal across Central America. The Panama Canal spans this type of geographical feature.
What is an isthmus?
That's correct.
What is an isthmus?
Well, it's a narrow strip of land between two bodies of water. The Americans took on the canal after an abandoned effort by this towering French engineer.
Eiffel?
That is correct. Eiffel suggested to the other French engineers that they should use a system of locks and dams. The other French engineers said no. They should have listened to Eiffel. A lake and a series of locks along the Panama Canal are named for this Panamanian city.
I'm going to go with the city of Panama.
John, I don't believe there are Panama City locks or Lake Panama. Are there? Danny for the steal.
I don't know Panama City, so Panorama City in Los Angeles.
Ted?
I don't know Panama either, but I'm gonna say there's a Loch Ness monster in it.
Okay, nobody could come up with Gatun.
Nope, sure couldn't.
Definitely not.
Okay, let's look at those scores. Ted has 30. Willow has 41, and Danny will be advancing to play me in the final round. We'll be right back. Bye, Wheaties.
Don't leave now. There's more show coming up. Help us grow the show by subscribing to Outsmart Charles on YouTube.
Welcome to the final round of the second Champions episode. Danny has beaten out the competition, and one player trying to lose and even failing at losing to make it to the final round to face off against Charles in categories of their choosing. And tonight's categories are Arthur, seasons 1 through 10, middle school math, baseball, Hall of Famers, records and factoids, the Bible, its content, history, and church history in general, and theater history from ancient Greece to now. Thank you, Danny, for having the wordiest category selections.
Let's go with baseball, Hall of Famers, records, and factoids.
In 2004, this player reached base 376 times out of his 373 at-bats and was intentionally walked 120 times.
Barry Bonds?
That is correct.
And now Barry Bonds has been an answer in both the first round and the final round. And that is one thing I hate about baseball, that stat. That Barry Bonds was walked 120 times in one. That's almost one intentional walk a game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's not baseball. That's not baseball.
He got on base more times than he was at bat.
They picked the poison. They were like, the poison we pick is that we put him on first. That's what we do every time.
It makes sabermetric sense, but it doesn't create exciting baseball.
No, which is funny because people are like, oh, baseball is boring now. At least when there were steroids, they hit home runs. I'm like, come on, man.
Who was the first president to throw a ceremonial first pitch?
Ooh, was it Taft?
It was Taft.
Nice. I knew Taft had something to do with taking me out to the ball game. It's the only president that I could think of that was that long ago.
In 1981, these two National League teams failed to make the playoffs despite having the two best full season records in the National League that season.
Oh, that doesn't compute. Okay. Two National League teams that failed to make the playoffs despite having the two best full season records in the National League that season in 1981. I'm going to go with 81. National League teams didn't make the playoffs. The Mets and the Dodgers. I don't know.
Incorrect, Charles.
The Dodgers? Okay, starters, Danny. You should know it's not the Dodgers. Dodgers won the World Series in 81. Come on.
I thought they won in 80.
Okay.
I don't know.
You're wondering, how did this happen? In 81, because of a strike, they had a split season, and they awarded the playoffs to who won the halves rather than who won it all. I do not know who the second team is. One of them is the Montreal Expos. I'm going to say the other one is the Atlanta Braves, but I could be wrong.
It was the Cincinnati Reds and St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh.
Nice attempt at the steal. Charles did correctly know what happened that season. Yeah, that was a weird split season thing. And one of the issues was that the team that had the best season in the first half didn't try in the second half because they already knew they secured a place. So kind of made their full season record go down. Give me a date, please. Although it wasn't an official Olympic sport until 1992, baseball made its unofficial debut in what summer games?
I'm gonna say 1986.
No, Charles for the steal.
I know that one of the times they tried it in 84. They tried it was in 84, but I don't think that was the earliest. Did they try? Did they have an exhibition baseball game in 1932?
No, I think you got the other one right for the first time that they were doing a competition that wasn't for medals, but 1904 in St. Louis, home of the Cardinals. Yeah,
And the Browns at that time.
that's where they were showing off. This is what baseball is, and they were like, "This is boring." Who won the first officially recorded competitive baseball game in 1846, and what team did they defeat 23-1 in only 4 innings?
Oh, who won the first officially recorded competitive baseball? It would have been at Doubleday Field, right? That's like the location. The New York Knights. I don't know.
And who did they beat?
Oh, that was correct. Wow.
I'm not going to say whether it's correct or not until you have the full answer.
Yeah, they beat the Cincinnati Reds. I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to pass it to Charles.
Okay, well, I believe that now they consider the first official game to be between the Knickerbockers and the New York Nine. And the winning team, I believe, was the Knickerbockers.
For some reason, I think the Cincinnati Reds in my brain is like the oldest baseball team because their imagery, like their team imagery right now is very like, we're old timey baseball players. We play without sleeves and we have a mascot with a funny mustache. Baseball.
Cincinnati, because baseball's all we got and we're otherwise a completely pathetic city.
You have the Knickerbockers correct, but the New York Mutuals is what we're looking for. The New York Mutuals for the team they defeated. But it's understandable that their name could easily be forgotten because they lost horribly, and I wouldn't want to have my name remembered anyway. Charles, where to
Danny,
next?
get out your pencil and paper. We're going to middle school math.
I have a 30-second timer here. When that 30 seconds is up, you will have the option to either answer or pass. If you pass immediately, your opponent, Danny, will need to come up with an answer or pass. If you both pass, you will each get an additional 30 seconds. If you get the answer wrong, your opponent will get an additional 30 seconds to calculate and then be required to give an answer.
Okay, let's do this.
Shout out to Khan Academy for helping me figure out what middle school math means nowadays. What is the slope of the line y plus 1 equals 3 times brackets x minus 4?
3.
Yep. Starting off easy.
Oh my God.
And Danny, if you didn't pick that one up, this might be a difficult category. -3 bracket 7x plus 5 close bracket equals 27. Solve for x. It's a tough one to read over for the podcast. I should have said parentheses instead of brackets, I think.
These are skills that I've not used in about 10 years. So
10 seconds. All right, that's time, Charles. Player pass.
Okay. -2.
-2 is correct. Just in time there. What is the square root of 2,401?
Mhm.
$24.01.
I'm a humanities guy. You guys.
3, 2,
I don't know.
1.
49.
All right, what was that?
49.
49 is correct.
What I did is I just figured out what 40 squared and 50 squared was, and then I figured out the last digit.
Oh, that's smart.
Solve this system of equations. Y equals x minus 4 and y equals 4x plus 2. So looking for the values of y and x. That's true for both of those systems of equations. Y equals x minus 4 and y equals 4x plus 2. Ten seconds.
Okay. X equals -2 and Y equals +2.
Incorrect. Danny gets an extra 30 seconds if he needs it.
Yep, I'll take that 30 seconds.
All right.
Charles' answer isn't correct, because that's what I'm getting too.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to recalculate this because I may have written down I may have changed something.
That definitely works.
If y equals x plus 4, use the substitution method, and then x minus 4 equals 4x plus 2. Then you subtract an x from each side, and you get negative 4 equals 3x plus 2. Subtract 2 from each side, negative 6 equals 3x. And then you divide each side by 3, and x equals negative 2. Then you plug in negative 2 for x, and then negative 2 plus 4, and solving for y equals positive 2.
Leave it to Charles to find my weakness.
I have x equals negative 2, y equals negative 6.
Oh, now I see what I did.
Yeah.
I added 4 when I should have subtracted 4.
There we go. All right.
Schoolers aren't watching. They probably are.
Last question here. This is going to be a word problem.
Nice. Okay.
If 140 socks with 36 shirts costs $1,030 and 116 socks with 42 shirts costs $1,036, how much does a pair of socks cost? I'm going to read that one more time and start the timer. If 140 socks with 36 shirts costs $1,030 and 116 socks with 42 shirts costs $1,036, how much does a pair of socks cost?
Shirts are clearly more expensive.
Need to find some better music for this longer waiting period.
How do I approach this?
I don't even know how to. Okay. Divided by 2.
3, 2. All right. First time's up. Player pass.
Pass.
Danny, player pass. 3,
Pass.
2. All right. 30 extra seconds.
Oh, 30 extra seconds to me. Oh, let me try.
All right, Charles, player pass. 3, 2, 1.
3.
3 is incorrect. Danny, you get an extra 30 seconds since you guessed wrong.
Okay. Is it 7?
It is 7. Charles was getting close to a single sock, which would be $3.50, but I did specifically say a pair of socks.
Well, I'm going to lose this one. I just made an M for myself. Danny, congratulations.
We're just going to forward this to your math students. Got some studying to do. May I recommend Khan Academy? They're not even a sponsor. I just like them. Danny, where to next?
Let's go theater history.
This Italian theater form from the 16th century uses the character groups Zani, Vecchi, Innamorati, and Il Capitano. There's my terrible Italian pronunciation for you.
Commedia dell'arte.
Correct. This form of Attic theater is known for its chorus with costumes focusing on the phallus and use of wordplay and sexual innuendos.
Satyr plays?
Yeah, I'll give you that. I always pronounce it
Nice.
satyr, like satirical, but...
Attic theater. I've never heard of that phrase.
from
is that-
Attica.
Oh.
This form of traditional Japanese puppet theater dates back to the 17th century, influenced kabuki, and is still performed today.
Bunraku.
Correct.
I
like
remember Mick
puppets.
Brunel taught me that. I knew it was either Bunraku or Hanamichi. I'm still kicking myself for adding 4 when I should have subtracted 4 earlier. That'll cost me the game.
Name any 3 plays written by Heinrich Ibsen.
Okay. Hedda Gabler, A Doll's House, and Ghost. Or Ghosts, plural.
Ghosts is correct.
Yeah.
Good,
Dang
good
it, I
job.
only
Could you
knew-
name a 4th?
The Ugly Duck, I think, is one, or
The Wild Duck is one.
the Wild Duck. That's what it is.
Name any 7 musicals with music by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay. Oh man, Lloyd Webber. I don't like him, but that's okay. Phantom of the Opera, Evita, Starlight Express, Cats, School of Rock. Ooh, I need two more. Jesus Christ Superstar, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
And you pulled it out there.
Well, Danny, looks like you're going to win this one.
Nice job with School of Rock. I had the same ones, except didn't think of School of Rock off the top of my head, except I thought of Love Never Dies.
Oh yeah, the really really bad fan. I know
Who could forget?
people are going to be mad at me that listen to this that love Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's the Michael Bay of musical theater. Let's just call it. He
So let's
is.
see.
It's just
I kind of agree.
Even if I get all of them right, Danny wins because I screwed up adding 4 instead of subtracting 4. We're going Arthur, seasons 1 through 10.
Charles, I wouldn't say you're counted out completely yet, because I wouldn't trust your math anymore. All right. Arthur, seasons 1 through 10. In the first episode of Arthur, Arthur explains to DW why he wears this.
Glasses.
Glasses. That's right. In season 3, episode 2, DW is suddenly afraid to go to school after this incident in Miss Morgan's class.
So. Oh. That's it. Is that the one about telling secrets?
I don't know, but that's not why she didn't do it. All right. We're going to pass it over to Danny.
is she afraid of the bully aardvark, the bigger kid that like is kind of chunky, and she's like afraid of a bully?
Not in this episode. Chris was just yelling this at his screen. I could see him over there. It was the fire drill. They had fire drills, and then she was afraid to go to class. Mr. Ratburn's class does this to commemorate Elwood City's centennial, coincidentally on the 100th episode of Arthur.
Staged a musical
Yeah.
with Jacob Katzenellenbogen.
Why does Mr. Ratburn stay at Arthur's house in a season 4 episode?
Because his roof caves in during a large snowfall.
Right, and even got all of the points of info on there. A season 10 episode has been pulled from circulation because of a character parodying a guest star in future episodes, which were also pulled. Name the guest star, the parody character, and the season 10 episode.
Ooh.
So yeah, these 3 episodes were all pulled from circulation because of this guest star, but the season 10 episode just featured a character that was parodying who became the guest star later on. So looking for that, the name of the guest star, the name of the parody character from that episode, and the name of that episode.
Okay. I'm guessing, I'm going to guess that this is the episode, that this is the story about Fern and Persimmon Glitchit, which of course is a parody of Lemony Snicket. That's my guess. It might be one of the baseball players, but I think it's Fern and Persimmon Glitchit.
And Lemony Snicket was the guest star on the future episodes?
Yeah. Maybe I'm forgetting the name of the real person Lemony Snicket is the pen name of, but yeah.
I'll give Lemony Snicket to you. It's wrong. All right, Danny, for the steal. How's your Arthur trivia?
I remember reading somewhere that episodes were pulled because in like conservative states there was like a plot with like a character being gay or a character.
Yeah, but that's true, Danny. That's true. Wasn't in the first 10 seasons. That's more recently.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just shot in the dark. It was. The guest was Gordon Ramsay. The parody was a equally mean chef that like screamed at the kids in the cafeteria named Gordon Pansy, and made them all throw away their cafeteria food.
Good parody name there. Charles, if I told you it was related to a doping scandal.
Oh, was it one of the? Oh, right. There's also the episode where they have Vance Legstrong, who's based on Lance Armstrong, isn't there?
Correct. The episode name was Binky versus Binky.
Yeah, that's where he crashes his bike and has to prove himself that he's still good. Well, Danny, I have good news for you. You have successfully outsmarted me.
Yeah, the theater history definitely helped.
And the fact that, well, let's see. Even if I'd gotten the X minus 4 instead of X plus 4 right, I think I still would have lost. Anyway, Danny, you'll be going to the grand final sometime.
Awesome. I look forward to it. And we'll hope and see if any of our baseball predictions about the free agent market, namely that Carlos Correa will not have a team by the time that episode airs.
And I'll leave y'all with this. DH is an abomination. It's a fake position. It should never exist. And we'll see you next week on Outsmart Charles.